Okay, let's take a look. Now we are in the history of Buddhism. We are in the Avatamsaka, and let's see how we are in this part. Yes, here. Wait. The Avatamsaka and also this Avatamsaka and the Huayan school. So here, I think you're supposed in Elena, you in what page?
147.
147. We haven't finished the whole session yet. Class, take a look. Why we talk about the Avatamsaka is because just after the Tathagata Gaba taught, and then we'll talk about the Mahayana philosophy view. Avatamsaka, we call Huayan Jing. Usually, because you owe a mixture of the Chinese Mahayana and then also a little bit Theravada. So you heard about Huayan, but actually the Huayan, 大放广佛 Huayan Jing means what? Actually, this is the Huayan. Usually, the condensed is regards, just the background of Vairochana. And then usually, if we go to the Huayan, the theory will be quite abstract for most of the people. But if let's say you understand Huayan, Huayan. If you understand the meaning for what how should we put it? The quantum physics, then you can understand it better. Let's take a look. You see how. Once we talk about the Huayan, you see, Avatamsaka Sutra is a core classic of the Mahayana Buddhism. It's here as the king of the sutras. It uses flower as a metaphor for bodhisattva merit practice and the solemn attainment of the Buddhahood. So that's the meaning why it calls the Huayan. Hua means the flower. So some they translate flower adornment, something like that. But here it tells you that, this is the metaphor for the bodhisattva merit practice and solemn attainment of the Buddhahood. So that is the meaning for the Huayan. So once we try to go through the Huayan, it will be a lot of theory involved. Like we mentioned that in one life, you can discover 3 lives. And in 3 lives, you can discover 1 life. And you are able to, in one very small sand, inside got 3,000 sahawa. And in 3,000 sahawa, you got 1 sand. So meaning to say all the physics time and the space is very important in physics. But when you go to the Huayan school, all this will be how to say it doesn't follow the rule in the physics already. So this is, we know, it's very important sentence appear in Huayan. So as far as I understand, if you can attain to the jhana, you will experience that. Plus, if you're able to attain to the jhana, you experience what happened in the Huayan. So class, let's take a look. Now here it mentions, see, 1 kappa enter into all kappa, then all dharma into 1 dharma. That's the meaning. So in the previous class, we stopped here. So in the previous class, we mentioned that that is the mythology visual city. It's about what? It's about the San Cai Tong Zi Wu. Let me see that. Mahasudana Sana. Okay. Unthinkable nature of reality and interpenetration of all existence. Let me check this first. Then dependence on interdependence existence which lack on nature. So it's all about the Huayan Jing. Huayan Jing, this is besides the physics theory, you also will include a certain thing here. Then you see methodology visual city. You will mention that the whole Avatamsaka Sutra, you see, it's like a jewel net of the Indra god. Jewel net of the Indra god. Let's take a look. Some people try to make it out, okay, 重重无尽华严okay, wow. They try to make it let's see okay, 华严因陀罗网，因特沃 Let's take a look. Class, this is what they try to mention. You see, Indra. You see it mentioned here. It said jewel net of the god Indra, wherein each jewel in the net reflects every other one. So see, this they try to make it up. It look like this. You see, meaning to say that they said that. You see, the whole world is like a net, net of a jewel. Also, in one of the jewel will reflect the whole net, you see. So nowadays, all the internet, they will try to say that the situation really, like now, modern nowadays, internet work, you see, not autumn saka, see, not this autumn saka sutra foreshadow the state of the today online world, see. So because they try to make a net, it will happen that just like what we see nowadays, the intraweb. Intraweb is mentioned here, you see, jewel net. Because the internet really is like a jewel net. So no wonder people try to see. So we are able to see there will be some interdependent relationship within this. See, each one will relate to each other. And then each one jewel could reflect the whole net also. You see, a world of interconnected like a network. See, so this is how we try to get the point. So let's continue. The world of the Vairochana Tower. Yes, Elena, can you please read the passage? On the mic, please, Elena.
The world of Vairochana's tower is the transcendental Dhamma realm, the realm where insight penetrates into the mutual interfusion of everything, seeing into the castness of things. The Dhamma realm is not different from the Loka Dhatu, the worldly realm of separate phenomena, but it is true nature interpenetrating. The Dhamma realm is the totality of the interpenetrating web of existence. In each part of this whole, the whole is present. And in the whole, each part is a necessary ingredient. Just as any part of a three-dimensional holographic image of a thing contains the whole image, each part of the Dhamma realm, each item of existence reflects and includes each and every other part. For all are interdependent. Any bit of the universe shows what the universe as a whole is, and yet each item of existence remains what it is without obstruction from the other items. Indeed, it cannot be what it is without its relationship with them. Here is a holistic, organic vision of things, a kind of cosmic ecology in which the entire universe of space and time is present in a particle of dust. Thus, the sutra says, every living being and every minute thing is significant, since even the tiniest thing contains the whole mystery. As a chant saying extracted from the book 20 of the Avatamsaka Sutras says, mind, Buddha, and all sentient beings, these are no different. Ideas of emptiness are used in Huayan and other schools influenced by it, not just as the antidote to all views, but as the ground for positive appreciation of the concrete realities of nature, as part of a harmonious organic unity. Excuse me. In tune with the Chinese love of harmony and nature, every item of existence is seen as worthy of respect and honor, for all is the body of Vairochana Buddha. As also taught by Kukai, the Japanese founder of the Tantric Shingon school. Logically, this includes all that early Buddhism saw as dukkha. But while these views are very different, they have in common the values of awareness and non-attachment. In systematizing the Avatamsaka Sutra's message, Huayan thought combines many ideas from earlier Mahayana thought and is influenced by the ideas of indigenous Chinese Taoism, especially that everything is a form of a fluid ultimate reality, the Tao. Using a well-established pair of Chinese ideas, the Dharma realm is said to be the underlying principle of non-manan, which interpenetrates phenomena as they do each other. As Xing Zhao had put it, heaven and earth and I are the same root. The 10,000 things and I are of one substance. Phenomena are empty, but are not unreal, for they are no different from Li. Phenomena are seen as radically interrelated and thus empty of inherent nature, much as in Madhyamika thought, but as well as this horizontal relationship between phenomena, there is also their vertical relationship with Li. The Tathagata Gaba conceived as like the ever-malleable Tao. All phenomena are actual forms of this, as illustrated by Fa Zhang treatise on the golden lion. In this, the phenomena of the world are like the parts of a golden lion, all of which are made of the same malleable gold, being forms of it. The choice of a golden object in the treatise is probably not accidental. The intrinsic brightness of gold is no doubt an illusion to the intrinsic brightness of the Buddha nature and to the meditative mind to which it is related. This idea of an underlying substance to things is very different, though, from how Indian Madhyamika saw things, for it is rather like the Brahman of the Upanishad, which was also seen as the basis and substance composing everything. Yet Li is not static and unchanging, but fluid and without any fixed form. Like the Tao, it is a kind of emptiness, but now in the sense of something which is empty of fixed form and so full of countless possibility. It is empty of defilement, but not of an intrinsic radiance. It has a bright openness, a natural purity to which no defilements can stick. So to speak, though defilements are of course included in the phenomena that are the forms of the phenomena interpenetrate each other, though deep interdependence and are also in the sense identical with each other. As they are all forms of Li, they are also each the unique cause of the totality of existence. The Dharma realm, as without a particular phenomenon, the totality would not only lack one item, but also lack the multiple effect that this brings to the whole, as each phenomenon is also the cause of the whole. They are also identical in this respect.
Okay, thank you so much. I think maybe you're getting lost, right? Especially this part. It mentioned that the Chinese Buddhism integration. Okay, let's take a look. Oh. Sorry. Oh. What picture? 147. Raise hand, please, once you finish. Okay. Okay, finish. Okay, class. Okay. Okay, before we continue for this session, have you ever heard about that? One from Taoism mentioned that what is the origin of everything is from a Tao. And then everything will end up become a Tao. Tao. Anybody heard about that? Maybe from a movie, maybe from some saying or what. From the Taoism, I mean the real Taoism, they say everything has come from Tao, something like that. And usually, you will see this word, usually two symbols, as you know. One is this, okay, Tao. Tao. This. The class, these words. Or it appears together with this diagram. You see this diagram? You can see the black color and the white fish, and then got two dots. You see, it comes with this word. Usually they integrate the word of the Tao together with this. Anybody heard about that? You heard about that or not? Sorry, from the movie or what? Okay, heard about that. Okay, class, actually today, our Tamsaka have some idea quite similar for this. They try to explain to us, okay? Basically, there will be in Chinese, in our Tamsaka, you will see Li and also this word, class, okay? You will see these two words, okay? One is the Li, class, take a look, okay? One is the Li, 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 they call it the principle, and one is the Shi, is a phenomena. What does that mean? Plus, actually, it means that Li, for example, it's just like a goal itself. But the phenomena is I can use the gold to make with a different form, like the gold chain, gold ring, or what. All different jewelry they make from the gold. So they have the feature of the gold, which is shining, but with a different form. This is what happened. Actually, you try to make an analogy that for Hinduism, the concept and the Taoism, and this is quite similar. They mentioned that actually, all what we see here, everybody, the whole world, they are the different phenomena. They are the different phenomena. But if you go back to the own nature, that nature is we call it as what? Is the principle, is a li. Okay, and but like the li, according to the Buddhism-mahayana-bodhisattva-20260718, it mentioned that just somehow they've got some ignorance. So the gold suddenly come up, become the gold come up, become the jewel, become a golden ring, a golden chain, everything. Or just somehow. So it mentioned that if finally we enlighten, we'll go back to that principle, that li. We go back to that principle, but that principle itself, once we go back, we never come out again. But just they said that from the very origin, you will ask that if everybody become a Buddhahood is as the principle mentioned in Huayan Jing, how come suddenly we'll be ignorant? So there wasn't can explain. Well, this principle not only used by the Taoism, also by the Brahmanism. Brahmanism said that through the cultivation, everybody should go back to the Brahma. So Brahma is the final, and we are part of the Brahmanism, but with the ignorance. So we are living in the world of Maya, so like that. You get the idea, no? Actually, the whole passage is mentioned is this thing. The Tao is very difficult, even though we understand the Mandarin, but also quite hard to get it. It's too abstract. Here, the author, he tried to bring all these three ideas together. So actually, why he put under Tathagata Kaba treasure? Because Tathagata Kaba treasure really try to explain us that it's in this situation. We have our own Buddha nature, but the Buddha nature somehow we lost it. Then we start to reincarnate. Okay. So class, that is the meaning here. Okay. We go back to the text. So class, just now what we highlight is we have a few ideas very famous. You see, the Dharma realm is the totality of the interpenetrating web of existence. So it appears that for them, maybe in their meditation experience, that it just see like a web, as we mentioned just now. Everything is an interdependent one. Of course, nowadays, all the scientists start to mention that if really from some machine, scientists notice that actually all the form, all the physical form actually is formed from by all the minor, the tiny particles. So the tiny particle finally is become the energy. So energy actually is the fundamental for everything. Just the energy with a different form. So we see in the different situation. As we mentioned here. Then again, he say, every living being and every minor thing is significant, since even the tiniest thing contains the whole mysteries. You see or not? Even the very small thing contains everything. And one more is, you see, my Buddha and all sentient brain, they are no different. Plus, this is the most famous, the quotation from the Tamsaka Sutra. He say, Buddha, living being, and the mind are all same. This is from the perspective of the principle. Basically, what is go back to the Buddha nature? When all the living beings, they find the Buddha nature. Of course, they are like a Buddha. But of course, now we are unrefined gold. We are unprocessed gold. So even though we are the gold, but unprocessed is still the gold. It's still not the gold yet. We need some process. We need samadhi, sila, panya, so that the gold could be processed out. At that time, we are really same with the Buddha nature and the mind. So the mind here actually meaning to say that is the what? Is the Buddha nature. So sometimes if you chant 若人欲了知三世一切佛因观法界心一切为心造. So they say in the three realm, everything is mind made. Your mind create everything. It's true. The reason is because once we keep on creating the karma will become a seed planted in our life consciousness. One time up in the final stage, this seed will start blossom, and then we create our six reincarnations. six reincarnation realm. So that is the meaning here. So why the mind will create everything? It's because once karma ripen with the vipaka, then we will see six realm. All is created by our mind. So class, nowadays, whatever we think, okay, if let's say the karma we create now is very strong enough or become a habitual, so they will. If you prefer become a you prefer create the samadhi. You are sitting for the samadhi, so finally the heaven will appear. If you work hard in the dana and also dana sila, some sort of this, so finally you become a human. If you are greedy, hatred, and stupidity, so you will create the realm of the animal. So that's what we mentioned here. So class, let's take a look. Here, he said that even though Huayan, it still go back to the idea of emptiness because it mentioned everything is still depends on many cause and condition. He said that includes also early Buddhism as a dukkha, keep on changing. Okay, but here he said that there's combined many ideas Huayan. So Taoism. Okay, class, take a look. This is the word. For it as a Li or principle. This is a very famous word. You try to write it up. Li, Li, it is written in this way. Li, this way. And the phenomena is the Si. Is this very important terminology for our Tamsaka. Si, SHI. These two words, Li and Shi. Class, you can write somewhere here. You see, class, Li here, see not Li. Then Shi, SHI, Shi. The meaning is very clear. Phenomena is the Shi, and the Li is the principle. So you try to write these two Chinese words, class. Li and Shi. Mrs. Leung，呢兩個字對你嚟講濕碎啦，係咪？好容易Samantha, you are Chinese. You will study Chinese at primary school, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so these two words are also very simple for you. But maybe for Cecilia, Elena, and Mr. Leong, it's a little bit difficult because maybe they only can write their own names only. Am I right, Mr. Leong? You can only write your own Chinese name, right? You can write more than that, right? On the mic. You can write
my.
How what?
I can write my Chinese name.
Only, right? Only. You should add one more word. Only. Other than that, cannot. So it's quite very, how to say, a lot of effort in English. We are more balanced. We are more balanced portfolio. I think we are 80-20. 80% Chinese, 20% English. Maybe 70-30. Okay. Hey, if let you make a choice again, Elena, do you prefer what happened to you? 95% English, 5% Chinese, or you prefer a little bit balanced like us, Elena? If you can make a choice again.
Little bit more Chinese. It will be helpful.
Anyway,
it will be helpful.
More helpful, especially in the Buddhism. Okay.
Yeah.
So these two words are Li and Shi. Li, you can say that it's sense. So he used the word as a principle. Li is the principle. And the Shi is the phenomena. So the phenomena could be variety form. But the Li is something very abstract. Class, I prefer put this in this way. I think the Li is a form of energy. It's the easy way to tell people. Because we mentioned that finally cultivation will go to the Nibbana. How is the Nibbana state? We can't tell, but we say Nibbana is the state like an energy. So all will go back to the energy form. But when you go back to the energy form, you cannot come back. You wouldn't come back anymore. Except, so that's why in Mahayana, thousands hand Kuan Yin, according to Sutra, that thousand hand Kuan Yin actually attain to the Buddhahood, to that energy. But she already and come back again. But not many sutras support this. Only 1,000 hand Kuan Yin, the Da Bei Zhou, that one sutra support this only. Anybody, and second is the Dharma Flower Sutra. It mentioned that once you attain the Buddhahood, you attain the Arahant, you can just transfer the merit and go back to the Buddhahood. But for usually the Prajna Sutra, they disagree. They say, when you become the Arahant, it's Arahant already. You cannot transfer back to the Buddhahood. Okay, so let me have a look. Anybody agree that the 1,000 hands Kuan Yin previously was a Buddha? Anybody agree this? She can downgrade herself. So Samantha one only. Okay, Cecilia also agree. Okay, never mind. Just let me see. Mrs. Leong also agree. Okay, 3 versus 2 lah. Mr. Leong and Elena think cannot. When you go to that energy form, you cannot come back anymore. So second, how about the transferation? Can Arahant transfer merit and aim become the Buddhahood again? Agree? Probably. There's the Dharma Flower Sutra perception. No people agree. Who disagree? Cannot. Arahant is Arahant. Cannot transfer back again. Probably. Okay, Cecilia, think like this. Yes, Elena. So Elena, no more transferration. You believe as long as you become the Arahant is Arahant already. You have to make a choice before that. Yeah. How about Mr. Leong? You didn't raise your hand. Abstain, right? On the mind.
Yes, actually neutral.
Abstain is the best way. But anyway, regarding the Dharma Flower Sutra, you don't speak it out in Myanmar or also in Thailand. They will say that this is the evil thought. They will ask, some officer from the religion department and to catch you. For them, this is very serious evil thought. But for us, it's very common. We are Mahayana. Okay, class again. So here it try to explain all this Tao, Li, I mentioned just now already. They see the word, you say, heaven and earth are the same root. It's from the principle. Everything is from one substance. No different from the the principle, the Buddha nature. But they say, but anyway, phenomena are still radically interrelated. So everything is interrelated. Here you see, this is an example. It's a golden lion. You see, all is made from the malleable gold. The gold itself is like a Buddha nature, as I mentioned. And then this is quite similar also with the Brahma of Upanishad. So that's why class, this you no need to surprise. People say that Leng Yan Jing maybe influenced by the Brahmanism. No need to surprise. Basically, academically, they all agree that. But for me, it doesn't matter because we use this as an expedient to express no harm. So finally, this type of the Brahm, how we call it, the Buddha nature, you must go, you must further contemplate as anicca, dukkha, anatta. They will be fine already. Or you see as a nibbana. So the perception is quite similar. That's why some they criticize that, especially origin Buddhism. They say, oh, this is Brahmanism, some sort like that. So that's why they mention it this way. But for us, we exhibit partial of the Mahayana. Then we will from here to explain to the people understand easily. Then later on, from here, once we cultivate, we will stop there. We may, then we will further analyze the whole thing, hopefully go back to real Nibbana. So you see in our class, it's not that easy. Even theoretically, you also can see they got different stages and quite some similar. Meditate also some same. Once you meditate, go to that state. The state seems like boundless, no boundary. You think it's a Nibbana, but actually maybe it's just Arupa Samadhi. Possible like that. Okay, next let's take a look. Okay, here is mentioned Yeah. If all is the same. So next paragraph. Samantha, can you please read the passage? Such ideas.
Such ideas are explored by Francis Cook, though he tends to see only a Mahayanic sense of emptiness in Huayan thought. In their writings, Huayan authors sought to argue for their perspective, though their arguments are often obscure and mix valid and very debatable points. Perhaps what they were trying to say is very difficult to adequately verbalize. But perhaps they sometimes wrongly conflated different kinds of ideas, such as different kinds of emptiness, intended more as guidance in meditation. Huayan ideas had implications for how the Buddhist path was seen. For the very start of the path, the arising of faith was seen as, in a sense, identical with its goal. This may reflect, in part, the fact that the first time meditation really starts to work for someone, this opens up for them a whole vista of possibilities. There is then a sense in which practice after this time is a question of unpacking and exploring what has already been obscure, felt, seen. There is here a parallel to the tantric ideas of using the goal as a key aspect of the path. In Huayan, practice involves being aware of one's Buddha nature and acting as far as possible like a Buddha until this becomes a natural and spontaneous way of being. It's kind of speculative mysticism, provided the philosophical perspective that imbues much of Chan Zen Buddhism. And today its ideas are much emphasized by the order of interbeing of the monk Thich Nhat Hanh of the Vietnamese Chan tradition. An illustration he often used is that in a sheet of paper are the tree its fibers came from, the sun and rain that sustain this, the logger that cut it down, and all he depends on, and ourselves as part of a deeply interdependent world in which all items interact with all others.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's have a break of 5 minutes. I go to get my eye drop. Okay. continue. Elena, are you here? Okay, let's continue. Class, take a look. Okay, class, basically according here, they say that this Francis Cook, this guy should be a scholar here. He tends to see only a Madhyamika sense of emptiness in the Huayan thought. Class, basically, emptiness really got a different kind of the emptiness. Some people like this Francis Cook, he able to see that actually the emptiness also available in the Huayan, but could be quite a little bit different from Nikaya and Abhidhamma. In Nikaya Abhidhamma, usually the emptiness, meaning to say that it's because our five aggregate depends on the cause and condition. So the emptiness is based on the five aggregate. For this, the emptiness is based on because we include the whole universe for the Huayan, the whole universe. Okay. So here you see that instead that in Huayan thought, and from the Huayan author, possible there will be some mixed and valid. There will often be some obscure and mixed valid and very debatable points, So meaning to say that in Huayan, actually there is a mixture of a different perception of the emptiness there, with a different kind. So they say that for this, usually, how should I put it? You say that for this Huayan is a parallel to the tantric idea using the goal, visualizing as the holy being as a key aspect of the path. So because the tantra for them, they will visualize a holy being. There will be one. How should I put it out? The holy being is just something like as a key aspect of the path. Sorry, I'm not very clear this one. Anyway, here he said that practice involves being aware of one Buddha nature and acting as far as possible like a Buddha. Oh, okay. Well, this is Tibetan Buddhism. The Tantric also do the same. So they said that you're aware that you have a Buddha nature, you should act like a Buddha until you finally cultivate, become the Buddha. So this perspective also like a Zen Buddhism. So meaning to say that Buddha nature, this perception of Huayan, other schools also adopt like a Zen. So for Zen, usually the cultivation immediately is the enlightenment, for them, enlightenment within the present life. So because they're using this perception. Tantric also same. They also can enlighten within this very life. No need many life. So I think they will adopt the same idea from here, I think. Okay, so we go to the next paragraph. Next paragraph, Cecilia, can you please read a comparative overview of Mahayana philosophies. On the mic, please.
Sifu cannot read. My throat is infected.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
okay. Get it. How about Mr. Leong? Mr. Leong, can you read the passage?
Okay, I'll try. Looking back over the philosophies discussed in this chapter, one can see a range of meanings given to the word emptiness, reflecting the different concerns and perspectives of the relevant texts, authors, and schools. Broadly speaking, for the Madhyamika, emptiness is a quality shared by all phenomena, the lack of inherent nature and inherent existence with no underlying shared substance to them either. For the Yogacaras, the mental phenomena of the other dependent nature, which is all one directly knows to exist, are individually empty in a Madhyamika sense, but there is an additional sense of emptiness as meaning the lack of a real subject-object duality in this mental flow, and this emptiness is also a name for the positive reality, not empty of itself, which lacks this. The Tathagata Gaba text, the Madhyamika sense of emptiness may apply to conditioned phenomena, but the most important sense of emptiness is the pure and changeless Tathagata Gaba. the supreme empty thing which is empty of real defilements, but full of Buddha's qualities and the basis of all actions of beings. For the Huayan school, while the Madhyamika sense of emptiness applies to individual phenomena, they are forms of an underlying substance, the Dharma realm, Tathagata Gaba, one mind, Li, which is emptiness in the sense of that which lacks any fixed nature, but fluid and infinitely malleable like the Tao. This underlying principle is not multiple in nature, one per each being, but is a single universal principle at the root of the entire universe.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Leong, do you sleep well today? Just now I see you. Are you well?
Don't know lah. Recently very tired. I feel very tired.
No wonder. But just now your reading is very good. I thought you will read and then sleep at the same time. But finally, luckily, no.
Just now during the course of the lesson also meditate a bit.
Yeah. I noticed that. Okay, so class, take a look. So now we try to tell the difference between the emptiness. So class, for this Madhyamika example, the best example is the Heart Sutra and the Diamond Sutra. Then second, the Yogacara is the Yogacara Bhumi Sutra, which is not common yet. And then the Tathagata Gaba is the Leng Yan Jing Surangama Sutra. So this is famous. And then Huayan, you heard about that. Okay, so let's tell us what's the difference. A class for the Madhyamika, all phenomena lack of an inherent nature, So there's no problem. So meaning to say that, so because without any inherent nature, all is based on cause and condition. No such thing as got the own nature. So this is easy to understand. The key point is you can't get a cell nature from this body. That is the key point. We are always in the wrong view that this is me. But for this is especially this is trying to tell you that lack of inherent nature, no underlying shared substance to that. That is the another key point. No underlying shared substance. Meaning to say that class, if you attain to the Buddhahood, the Nibbana itself also emptiness in a negative way. Okay, whereas class for the Tathagata Gaba, the rest also based on the cause and condition. But if you attain to the Buddhahood, no, the Buddhahood is the positively exists. It possesses all the different of the nature of the quality. Yogacara Bhumi is the same. Also, once you attain to the Buddhahood, that Nibbana itself is also have a positive value. Only Madhyamika said that attainment of the Nibbana or the Buddhahood itself is still emptiness. I mean, in a negative way. Okay. Whereas in Huayan also same, everything also in the Buddha. I mean, everything is also based on emptiness. But finally, also there will be if you attain to the Buddhahood, also you got something. Buddhahood is still positively exist. So you can vote now. Who prefer Madhyamika? Everything is emptiness, including Nibbana itself. Please vote for that. Okay, one Samantha only. Mr. Leong, 2 people. Okay, who prefer? Okay, Trace, Cecilia. Who prefer Nibbana in the positive way exists? Possess a lot of quality. Raise your hand. Nibbana itself. Elena, why you don't raise your hand? Which one you choose? Abstain. Abstain. Mrs. Leong Lele, 你中意 Nibbana 冇嘢定係有嘢啊？開麥 ，open the mic。Mrs. Leong， 你中意 Nibbana 有嘢定係冇嘢？
係冇嘢噶嘛？
冇，如果 Nibbana 冇嘢嘅話，就係同佢哋一樣啦。So this is the Madhyamika, but not everybody like it because I think the Buddha finally is a negative way, negatively exist, what都冇。But people prefer that I attain to the Buddhahood a lot of Buddha nature, a lot of quality. It sounds more logic for most of the people. So you see, class, why in Mahayana there will be 3 systems. This 3 system, the reason is because for the establishment of the karma, the way they establish the karma a little bit different, and finally one all the karma eradicate. For the Buddhahood attainment also different. So that's why they got 3 schools. But I mean, strictly speaking, it's a 2 school. So the key point is still Buddha. Once you attain the Buddhahood, it is you attain nothing or you attain something. That is the difference. Okay. Yes, Mr. Leo, any question?
Yeah, Sifu, regarding these positive values that we all aspire, actually sense pleasures, No.
Well, it's not the sense pleasure. That the positive value or Nibbana is the Buddha nature of the value. Buddha nature meaning to say, you see, Buddha got a lot of virtue, right, for Buddha. So eternal peace, the peace never, the peace is eternal. And the joy also is eternal. And eternal is forever. And then they'll never reincarnated. It's something like sort of like that. That's the Buddha nature. Meaning to say that you attain something but not attain nothing. That attain is something. The something is permanent in the nature. It's something like that. So anyway, Mr. Leong, it really depends. Some people prefer attain Buddhahood, still got something. They feel more comfortable. Because some people they think that if you attain Nibbana, it's nothing. It's just like an annihilation. Do I pronounce correctly, Elena? Annihilation? 即係乜都冇。
Annihilation.
Annihilation. Mr. Leong, some people may think that, like that lah. It's just like an annihilation. So that's why they opt for Yogacara and Tathagata. Attain Buddhahood, I want something there. See or not?
To me, to attain that something there is actually seeking for an identity.
Yeah. So, Mr. Leong, you are the Madhyamika type law. But finally, Mahayana still got 3 traditions. The reason is because what is the in the heart of the people. But for them, they see you, finally you got nothing, just like an annihilation. People feel scary, you know. I finally got nothing one. Some people will get scary one. Okay, anyway.
Sifu, if that is the case, then whatever Buddha preaches in the Dharma doesn't apply already.
No, it applies. Just the finally at the Nibbana. No, the problem is the Nikaya.
It's a different concept, different principle entirely. One's pleasure, one's emptiness.
No. This is not a sense of pleasure. For this, it mentioned how is the Nibbana nature that's all me. The Nibbana nature is you still need the samatha, you still need the vipassana, but after the vipassana, finally you go to that stage. That stage for them, it is eternal bliss, eternal, not nothing one. But for the Madhyamika, just like a Nikaya, actually Nikaya Abhidhamma not mention much. What is available during the Nibbana state. They don't mention much. Just they say, no more greedy, anger, stupidity. That's all only. Only Mahayana have a different perception that they still need samatha, still need vipassana. The level is very high actually. Just finally, they attain to that Nibbana. How do you view that Nibbana? That's a different point. It's not sensual pleasure. They all attain samatha vipassana already, Mr. Leong. Just the outcome of the vipassana, the outcome supposed to be something or nothing. That is a different view with me. Mr. Leong, got it or not? Not sensual pleasure, not that low level. They are very high level already, actually. You got it? So this is why the difference of why Mahayana for 3 traditions, that's the reason. No, you just choose what you like. What my job is, I just tell you what is your choice, and you just choose what you like. So other people prefer, also let them choose. Because it's already 1,000 years already, all this exists already. So Mr. Long, just remember that this is just sensual level. It is after samatha vipassana already. That Nibbana, how you view it, that is the difference. But of course, when you view that different, the establishment of the karma will be different already. So that's why in Mahayana, we will see 3 traditions. That's why. Okay, next. Okay, so we go to the next part. So the conclusion is here already. So class, you see the keyword positive reality is in the Yogacara school. Positive reality. Okay. Then you see or not, Tathagata is a pure and changeless, full of the Buddha quality. What they want is the Buddha quality. They don't want the sensual pleasure. They want is the Buddha quality. Get it or not? The keywords. Keywords. And then for this also Huayan, you see, they also got some underlying substances. Meaning to say they've got something. In the bottom. The Nibbana itself is the bottom. Some sort of like that. So I think the best way I prefer to judge is still the meditation. Next time we meditate, see how far we can go in again, and see what will appear. So that is literally, we can understand only in this, from the text, only from this stage only. Okay, another 15 minutes. We finished. We go to the Mahayana Holy Being and the Tantric Buddhism. Okay, we go to the very secret school already. Chapter number 6. Okay. Do you hear the thunderstorm very strong? Mr. You also hear? Okay.
Yes, we are raining heavily over here. Thunder and lightning.
No. You hear the thunderstorm due to from my computer, or we share a same thunderstorm? Which one is correct? Please answer philosophical. We share one thunderstorm, or you hear the thunderstorm from my computer. Which one is correct? We share a
thunderstorm for my area has now passed over to your area.
So it is the same thunderstorm?
No.
Okay, for you it's the past, for me it's the present. This is the more philosophical way. Now we are studying philosophy. Now we are studying philosophy. Please answer philosophically. Okay, now Elena, your turn. Okay, Bodhisattva. Elena, on the mic.
A bodhisattva is a being for awakening. That is, one dedicated to attaining bodhi, awakening, enlightenment, or Buddhahood. One who aims at the bodhi of a perfect Buddha rather than of a Pacceka Buddha or Arahat was sometimes also called Mahasattva, a great being or one directed towards the great that is perfect Buddhahood. Though the term Bodhisattva on its own is usually understood in this sense, the Mahayana is focused on this kind of Bodhisattva, one on the path to perfect Buddhahood, whose task is to compassionately help beings while maturing his or her own wisdom. In his wisdom, Prajna, the Mahayana Bodhisattva knows that there are no beings, just fluxes of Dhamma that lack inherent existence. But his skillful means enables him to reconcile this wisdom with his compassion. This urges him to work for the salvation of all beings. For such empty fluxes do experience themselves as suffering beings. Wisdom itself aids compassion in a number of ways. Ultimately, it leads to becoming an omniscient Buddha who can teach and aid beings in countless ways. It also ensures that compassionate action is appropriate, effective, and not covertly or self-seeking. The Bodhisattva can also rub shoulders with wrongdoers in an effort to teach them, as with the lay Bodhisattva Vimalakkhati, as he knows that their bad characteristics are not inherently existent. Any potential pride at the good he does is tempered by the reflection that his karmic fruitfulness is also empty. Most importantly, wisdom strengthens the feeling of solidarity with others by insight into the sameness of beings, self and others being equally empty. There is no ultimate difference between them. Santi Deva persuasively draws on the idea of emptiness of inherent existent nature to argue that indifference to the suffering of others is as absurd as indifference to one's own suffering. In his Sikha Samuchaya, he argues that self and other are relative terms, like this bank and the further bank of a river. Neither bank is of itself the further bank. If one says that one should not protect another from pain, as it does not hurt oneself, then why does one seek to avert the pain of or to bring positive benefit to oneself later in this life or in future lives? One will not be unchangingly the same being then. Body and mind consist of a changing series of states. We each by habit call this I, But why not use this notion as regards other beings? Thus, one should strive to prevent suffering in any being. Compassion for others does not bring pain to oneself. It makes possible joy based on awareness of others being delivered from suffering. Karmic fruitfulness is to be rejoiced in. Whoever generates it. Thus, the Bodhisattva should constantly identify with others. In his Bodhichara Yavatara, Santi Deva says that realizing that all are equal in wanting happiness and not wanting pain, one should protect others as one protects oneself. For suffering is just suffering. Whoever it conventionally belongs to ultimately is ownerless, not being the possession of any self. What is so special about me and my suffering?
Okay, thank you so much. So we finish this, then we end our class. Okay, I think we discussed until here lah. Elena overread already. Okay. Okay, finish highlight. Okay, class, let's take a look. Well, basically, we go to the bodhisattva. What does it mean? Bodhisattva mean is being for awakening and aiming for the body. So finally, they become perfect Buddha rather than Prachika Buddha and Arahant. So class, we need to say that we got two group of people. One group of people, okay, we call it as Arahant. And also we call it as a Prachika Buddha. Prachika Buddha by themselves, no people teach them. By themselves, they get enlightened. Arahant, they need somebody to teach. Whereas another group is the Bodhisattva, meaning to say that they are aiming for the Buddhahood. They're able to reach to the Nibbana, but they don't reach. Why? Because they see that the being surrounding them, or is the flux. It's a flux, meaning to say that we are continuous rise and fall phenomena. But for them, you see, class, basically, if you see yourself, it's a rise and fall phenomena. Okay, I think just like burning houses, usually we want to run away. But Bodhisattva somehow have a spacious skills. Notice that he doesn't run away. He have a compassionate, even though from his eyes, the way Bodhisattva see us, even just a group of the phenomena rise and fall of the Nama and Rupa. But she's still compassionate for that. That is the special of the Bodhisattva. Because class, if let's say all one Buddha go to the Nibbana, all Arahant go to Nibbana, no people in the earth will tell her that, oh, you got the Buddha nature in your heart. You should meditate, you should have a sila. Finally, you do the vipassana. No people will tell you this if without the Bodhisattva. So we need Bodhisattva. That's why a Bodhisattva, no matter how you hentam, they always be there. Because you take Arahant, you gone already. All Arahant gone already. So who will save other being? See or not? So that's why Bodhisattva sure got bucket one. Because everybody, no matter how you are, you hope that, at least my parents, at least my good friend, I hope all they can realize that, they're able, whether go to Western Pure Land or do the Sila Samadhi Panya, you hope that they also do with you. That is the point. See or not? Why? They still got the market for the Bodhisattva. So class, let's take a look. You see, so he mentioned that compassionately help beings while maturing his own wisdom. You see or not? Class, he doesn't complete the Nibbana to help being. No. For the Bodhisattva, helping the being at the same time, then the matured their Nibbana. So the Nibbana finally, we don't call it as a Nibbana, we call it as a Buddha nature. It's a body. It's even higher level than the Arahant ability. Sounds great, right? Sounds very great. Who like this idea? Probably head. Who prefer Bodhisattva precept? Yes, Samantha. Yes, Cecilia, yes. Mr. Leong, you do want Bodhisattva? Okay, Mrs. Leong, yes. Elena? Okay. It seems all are forced to raise hand. Embarrassing not raising the hand because the product is so good, you see. So class, take a look. You see, they say that Bodhisattva know that no beings are for them because class, that's the point, you see. Once the Bodhisattva knows, realize no being, just the fluxes of the Dharma and lack of inherent nature, class, this stage must reach to the Sankara Upeka Jnana, at least with the knowledge of rise and fall. But the case is usually the Bodhisattva we encounter, even we call ourselves Bodhisattva, we are not at that stage. Right, Mr. Leong? Not much people can rise, reach up to the stage, seeing the Nama Rupa rise and fall, not many. So you must be at least that stage, then you're able to see this. See the being as the flux of the Dharma, but they are able to reconcile it. Okay, then, you see, they are not cowardly self-seeking. They want to bring all people together. They can rub shoulder with the wrongdoer and realize that they are not inherent existent. But I think in realistic life, not that easy. Especially Cecilia, your customer service. Yeah, of course, I know everybody is anicca, dukkha, anatta. But when they're stubborn, when they keep on complaining you also angry, right? Not the easy reality. Theoretical, we know that, it's like that, but practically not that easy. So especially some hardcore people, they need a strict rule people to encounter them. Not that easy. So if you really become bodhisattva, you must be hardcore enough also in your heart, but soft in character also at the same time. Okay, let's take a look. You see, okay, that's all. Okay, so that's all for the class today. My area is also raining heavily with a thunderstorm. Okay, yes, okay. So class, we try to conclude. So today what do we learn is we got 3 Mahayana. Okay, whereas Madhyamika attain nothingness. Okay, whereas Yogacara and also the Tathagata they will attain the Buddhahood. The Buddhahood for them is got something. Now we understand that the Buddha Bodhisattva is very great because they view the being as anicca, dukkha, anatta, but they have a compassion at the same time. Okay, that's the class for today. So for next lesson, continuously, we understand more details regarding this Bodhisattva and the tantric. Okay, so
Sifu, I want to ask, when is the next retreat, the Chart Station retreat in August? What date is it?
Yes, we got. Let me check for you. You want to join, right, Mr. Leong? If you ask,
tentatively.
Tentatively, okay. So let me confirm for you. Tentatively, okay. Let's see. August, let's see. Oh, the August is from 29 to 31. August, including the graduation ceremony, the August one. Okay, yes, okay. So after the July one, we will start to recruit you all. Okay. Okay, please palms together. I wish to inculcate. More favorable consciousness.
More favorable consciousness.
Through transferring merit.
Through transferring merit.
To my past life enemy and relative.
To my past life enemy and related.
May they be liberated.
May they be liberated.
And free from suffering.
And free from suffering.
Attain Nibbana. And helping others to do the same.
And helping others to do the same.
Yeah, Mr. Leong, please.
Thank you, Sifu, for today's lessons. Let's pay respect to Sifu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Bye-bye.